place in my absentia, and the posture maybe the National Commission had in handling the minister's directive. I was upset in January about the posture of the National Commission on this minister's directive. What makes me unhappy is because as a leader of the police, when you're a leader, you're a commander, it's your job to look after your members, their well-being. You provide them resources, you give them support on anything else so that they can go out there and face the bullet and be able to fight and defend and make you look good as a commander. So, but when it's time for them to be rewarded, as a good commander, you must reward them. If you promise to reward them, reward them. But if you promise to reward them and you turn around and you don't reward them, you lose respect from those members, you demoralize them. What had transpired last year was that when this team had briefed the president of the country at the protocol lounge in Durban at the airport, updating the president even about the work that they are doing in Eastern Cape, the president was complimentary of the members that they are doing a very good job. Subsequent to that, the National Commission had made some commitment that these members are going to be rewarded during the Excellence Awards that we're going to sit on the 26th of January, 2025, at the ICC in Durban. And the members went out to go and buy themselves nice clothes to look good so they can stand in front of their fellow colleagues to be rewarded, given good certificates for good performance and so forth. But on almost the eve of that Excellence Awards, because of this letter, then the minister did not want, I believe, the National Commission did not want to upset the minister, because the minister was going to be the functionary on Excellence Awards.
The minister was there and the National Commission was there.
On the Excellence Awards.
That's at the awards day, is it 22nd or 28th of January?
The 26th of January.
26th.
So then suddenly, the members' nomination was withdrawn. The certification of these members was cancelled on the eve of the event. They were told, you're not going to be rewarded anything. Honorable Chair and members, you see the performance of this team. It is, I think it's annexed here on my document about the work they've done. I've presented it on my statement right at the beginning, starting from NSM 1, and I think it runs all the way up until page 77 on this annex. The work of this team, but they got this reward from the South African Police Service.
You're showing...
That's zero.
Zero.
They were not recognized, as if they did nothing. But the members that were led by Jarosbia that went to investigate the massacre of Bheki Cele, which happened last year, those members were rewarded, including Sibia himself. One case. These members who did all this, they didn't get a single cent. Not a certificate, a mere paper that is signed by the National Commission was withdrawn, cancelled. So when you see me appear before the media on the 27th and express what I was expressing on the 27th of January, it is because some of the things that had happened in the organization, we demoralized these members. These members have been asking themselves questions ever since, that what did we do wrong? Whose toe did we step on that made the management to look at us like this? So these are a group of members that we're talking about, Honorable Chair and members, that we needed to protect. So I've been fighting this thing on behalf of these members to try and ask questions. What is it that these members have done wrong? Because they're doing a good job in KZN. What is it that they did wrong? So it is that questioning of things that led me into uncovering other things. And I must say, as we are sitting here, Chair, and I've said it before and I'm repeating again, the rank levels in the police that are seen that I speak about are generals. We have brigadiers in the police. But the ones that are actually doing the job are constable and sergeants. 2 sergeants have shaken this country in Gauteng. 2 sergeants that are working in the Gauteng province have shaken this country. If it was not for their guts to go deeper into the criminality of the syndicate in Gauteng, we wouldn't be here today. The resilience of those 2 juniors that brought us here, they are the ones that caused Khumalo to be part of it and assist them. That Khumalo caused me from KZN to bring the team to Gauteng to help them. We are having high-profile cases in court of the Katisos and the Mashalas and the likes. It is because of those two junior members that started it. So I want to repeat again. When the junior members are working and you get directives like these that comes from the executive authority, it makes the members to lose faith and lose hope, and that energy of fighting crime is taken away from them. So we have a responsibility as management to protect those juniors. If they put their lives in fire when they're dealing with criminals out there, we must also be willing to do the same as senior officers.
Now, there is a clip, and we can play it if it's requested, of you giving this interview on the awards day to the ENCA.
That's correct.
And in that clip, you express your, would it be fair to say, anger and deep disappointment about what's happening in the police, and of course that these members had not been given the awards which you say was well deserved?
Maybe anger was understatement. I was very unhappy. I'm not going to use the word that otherwise, if we're out of the house, I was going to use.
Yeah.
But I was very disappointed, I must say, very disappointed. That time there was no talks about the arrest of Khumalo and the team at Crime Intelligence at all. This is in January, and the members are treated like this, and the management is allowing it to happen. And fast forward, come June, there's an arrest. So obviously, in between a lot of things that are happening, we're picking up a lot of information that leads into the arrest. Then we start realizing that which was a problem at the beginning of the year is leading to this and is continuing to something else. So someone had to do something about it, because otherwise, yes, there's some very talkative experts out there who will say the police job is to not do politics. I'm not a politician. I've never signed, I've never joined a member of a political party. It's never been my dream to be a politician. Mine is a police officer. I'm a civil servant. And I'm charged with the responsibility to enforce the law.
Yes, Minister Bheki Cele, he told us he's got a lot of admiration, he's got high admiration for you. He said, you're a very good cop.
Yeah, well, it's good because the
minister, not a politician.
It's good because then the general will know that if there's a law broken, even if he breaks the law, I'll arrest him as well. That is my job. I don't have a responsibility in terms of, that's why I was surprised when I saw Mr. Nkabingo with t-shirts of political parties. Because I don't wear a t-shirt of a political party. I even struggle to wear a t-shirt of a soccer club. Maybe Bafana will. I'm not that much involved. I know a lot of people within the political space, but it's not my space. And I don't dream of becoming a politician. There was an invitation on some of the members that I should join, but I'll gladly decline because that's not me. I was never like that. I'm just a South African, a civil servant. That's what I'm doing. I think people sometimes confuse a police officer that might become famous as we do and politician. We don't run a country by enforcing the law only. You run a country by looking at a variety of things, which I'm not an expert on. I know policing, nothing else. I don't write legislation, I enforce it. I might pick up things that are wrong in the legislation, but I don't draft it. The honorable members do that. So honorable chair members, what I was trying to indicate here is that in January, the letter is written by the minister. In January, the members are deprived of an opportunity to be given an award. Fast forward, in June, we have members arrested. And when you realize that you are trying everything to mitigate all what is happening, you're not winning. It becomes worse when the Gauteng team tells you, we have taken this case to court, to a prosecutor, to request a warrant of arrest against a famous criminal, and the warrant of arrest is signed by the prosecutor, and they go to a magistrate to go and sign off the warrant of arrest. Then, while the magistrate is about to sign, a call comes in from the prosecutor that says, bring back that file. I missed something there. The members go back to the prosecutor. The prosecutor takes this file. He says, no, you know what? I don't want to lose my job. I'm not signing this warrant of arrest anymore. go to my boss and get a warrant signed. When you start hearing that, coming from the members are sitting and they're wondering, okay, what do we do now? And they go to the high office of the prosecution, they're going to complain about it. And next thing, they get paraded as criminals. They get frustrated. Then you realize no matter how much you can investigate, you can't place it in court because the people that are supposed to help you to place it in court, they don't want to be part of it because they're afraid.
So that's your evidence on interference in the criminal prosecution.
Honorable Chair and members, there are a lot of things that are there. Records, voice recording, that cannot be made public because it's going to compromise serious security of the state. You will have heard at the Madlanga Commission, there are things that are going to be held in camera. I don't know if there is things that are going to be held in camera here because they are records.
But are these voice
there are records where people are talking, how they're controlling the system. This one is controlling that one, and that one is controlling this one. This one is going to handle this thing in this fashion, done by the senior people within the security cluster. So once you hear that and you realize you are fighting a losing battle, what else do you do next? Arrest, yes, but you can't prosecute.
These recordings, are they authorized?
They are authorized. Let me maybe clarify, because there's this. Mkhwanazi says, hey, Mkhwanazi should have brought a 205. That's an expert in policing that was denied by a political party to be a member recently. But he claims to be a member in policing, that he knows that for you to get this, you must have this. The act which these members have passed says, when you take Mkhwanazi's phone, you cannot download it without his authority. Ask him that, I have your phone, please open it, I want to see what is inside. I must grant you permission to do it. If I don't grant you permission, you can't download it. There's no 205 there. So if you grant me permission, then I download. So once I download, then I hear things. That is on one side. On the other side is intelligence. So intelligence, if they believe that they suspect the SCRNC is involved with this criminal activity, they apply to the judge to listen to your lines. And the judge grants them that. They're not going to come and tell you, now we are listening to your lines. We are now monitoring your movement. They're going to collect information. Unfortunately, that intelligence structure are not going to come to court and say, this is how we extracted the information. They're going to infiltrate and discover and give it to the investigation team. Investigation team will deal with it going forward so that it can be admissible in court. So you're going to find some of the information that perhaps might be admissible in court. Some of the things might not be admissible in court. So if you are with me and I record you that you are planning to kill someone without telling you, and that recording might not be admissible in court, but it doesn't take away the fact that you said it, you're going to kill so and so. So I can go and give it to an investigation team and say, you have said with your own words. The team must then find a way of establishing whether did you really kill him, as you said, without using you saying it in court, but use your effort to get the person killed.
But
so
you get a warrant or you get authority from a magistrate or a judge.
The one who's afraid to sign because he's afraid of the criminal.
The investigating officer goes on affidavit and you submit the affidavit to the judge or to the magistrate. It's called an ex parte application because the other party, for obvious reasons, is not invited or heard because you suspect that the person is involved in criminal activity. And then the magistrate or the judge, based on what you say on affidavit, they then authorize you to do that. So that's one way of downloading stuff from someone's self. And the other way that you mentioned, of course,